What is going on, Panthers Nation? Carolina Dad here, your host of the Growls One Roar podcast. How's it going, folks? Please hit that subscribe button. We are on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. But hey, folks, thanks for tuning in today. Feels like forever for me since I've recorded a solo episode. I've had a lot of stuff dropping, but some of the stuff you saw was already pre-recorded. I've started to bring on guests. Just had my third guest, Ricky Rains of the Bow Body Show. Please go out and listen to that. Great episode. Hit a record for longest episode in Growls One Roar history. It was fantastic, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And we're going to have that continuing, man. The summer of guests will continue through the show. We've got content creators, podcasters, writers, beat reporters, all those that are covering the team. And I'm bringing them on here to give you more and more information about the Panthers, to get you informed as we head into training camp. And what better segue than to now talk about training camp, folks? If you missed the live stream, or if you just haven't seen anything that I've put together, I wanted to spend a little bit of time to talk through the Panthers training camp schedule that was just released. And I'll throw it up here so that you can see it as I go through this, because I'm using different recording platform today. But let's do it. Carolina Panthers have announced their training camp schedule for the 2024 season. One, a lot of people were worried with the move from Spartanburg and with the proposal for all these renovations at the practice facility. Were we even going to have fans at training camp this year? Well, yes, we are. We will have fans. It's been confirmed. And as we look at the practice schedule itself, we have 15 practices open to the public. 3 of those important dates that are highlighted in blue. Number 1, we have Back Together, which is actually going to be at Bank of America Stadium, July 27th. Fan Fest, which was at Bank of America Stadium last year, is now going to be at Clemson University on August 1st. And the joint practice with the New York Jets, so just one of those, is open to the public. So 15 total practices. In the past, it's been about 12 per year. So there's just more that you'll have the ability to go and see and watch, which I think is a good thing if you're a fan. But I also think part of the reason you have more practices that are open to the public is lack of attendance and space. So what we are hearing right now, as Mike Kay from the Charlotte Observer put out and a few others, that there will be roughly 2,000 tickets available for practice. So one of the good things about practice this year is, hey, you don't have to pay. So here I was pounding the table saying, oh yeah, they're going to come back and they're going to charge us. We're going to have to pay to go to training camp. Nope. Luckily this year it is still free. Maybe next year when they've got all the renovations done in the field house and paying for the renovations for the stadium that are to come later, that gets passed, then yeah, maybe there's a ticketed price for that. But for this year, it's free. So you've got 2,000 tickets, which may sound like a lot. It's honestly not. So what I would recommend is if you are planning to go, I would secure your tickets so you can get up to 4 tickets. I would find a few days, if possible, and I know it's not possible during the week. Weekends are going to be much more crowded. That's just the nature of, people are off. There's a lot more people coming in. So less tickets available. And so if you go back and look, I tried to find some statistics of like year over year, like what was the average number of folks that attended training camp. You'll see one year after the Super Bowl in 2016, it was something absurd, like 130, 140, maybe even 150,000 people. You've had other years with 70, 80,000. We've seen, drastic increases year over year. Don't know in recent years what that attendance has looked like. I would guess 60, 70, 80,000, pick your number, but pretty decent turnouts. I mean, the team hasn't been great, so probably lower than what it would be if they were winning football games, making the playoffs. I do think there's probably a little surge last year with having Bryce Young in the number 1 overall pick, at least from what we saw when we went. So you think about the attendance. And so if you just throw out 50,000 on the lower end over 12 practices, like you can do the math, right? And then notice the difference of how many more folks got to go at Wofford than they will get to at Bank of America's, the practice facility for the Panthers. Now, I don't know technically what you'd call the practice facility. If we're talking about 26,000 is like your maximum. I'm not going to throw out Fan Fest or Back Together because those are held in stadiums and not really, affecting the number of people that are coming into attendance. But people actually going out to the practices. So yes, please go out, get your tickets. So you can actually buy tickets to Fan Fest starting on June 21st. Again, that is held at Clemson University. Back Together, which is going to be free. I was seeing if there was any information about that. So all the training camp tickets will be available starting Tuesday, July 9th. So you do have to have a Ticketmaster account. I'll do another episode just to walk you through what that looks like, and then you can secure it. Secure your tickets there. All the practice times are available, and we'll talk about the updated facility here in a minute. Now, for me personally, as far as like when and I'm planning to go, I want to maximize the number of visits. We're going to be staying in Spartanburg. I am a homer. I was like, I hate that it's leaving here. We'll stay in Spartanburg, travel up. So that's like an hour, which is going to be kind of rough, but I want to get like 3, maybe 4 practices in. It's fun for me to get to watch and then for Nolan to get autographs. Pearson, hopefully will get to go this year. It's so hot, man. It doesn't matter where it is. We were in Spartanburg this past weekend and God, I was like burning up on fire out there. So maybe it'll be a little bit cooler in Charlotte, just a few degrees. I don't know. Humidity is still crazy even out here in Wilmington. Let's talk about the updated structure. Again, those, if you're familiar with what Wofford's setup was, they had 2 fields here, had 1 field where they warmed up and quarterbacks were throwing, specialists, all that. So you had 3 fields to work with. Seating was all along the hill that lined 2 football field lengths, and then you could go down vertically on the end zones of both of those. This year, and they've released the enlarged map here, or map that you can access. You'll be coming in on 4th Street. So this is, again, held downtown where the Panthers practice today, what used to be the old bubble. So there's going to be 2 fields. That's all it's going to be today when you go there. There's going to be a fan zone, which is probably like your merchandise, maybe a food truck or 2, and then general admission seating, which may be some bleachers, but it's going to be spread out on the, I don't know if you call it the north side of the field, but basically looking down both end zones. So you really won't get to see like a lot of action horizontally, like play to play, which is all right. But it's going to be different. And then the media will be sectioned off. They actually got a little horizontal view themselves. And there's a VIP entrance that I have no idea what the VIP entrance is. Like, how do you get VIP? Is it PSL? Do you have to have X amount of dollars? I don't know. If someone knows how you get into VIP, let us know. I think it'd be good to share. But I'm clearly not VIP and will not be going into the VIP section. But hey, that's kind of a summary of everything as it relates to training camp. I mean, for us, I know for sure it'll be earlier than later. So, like, we are not going to go to Fan Fest, Fan Fest at Clemson. We'll not make it to joint practice. So for me, it'll probably be early, like those July practices, and then maybe into August, depending on how, we can swing things, which it'll be fun, man. I'm excited to go this year. It's like I said, it's cool for me, but also fun for the family and just a great time in general. Now we're talking through all this, and I kind of have to throw this one into this episode. So on Monday, there's going to be a vote for the renovations to Bank of America Stadium. It sounds like they're likely going to get passed. So we'll have, $650 million of that allotted tax dollar amount that's already there, the fund that's there, going to help renovate. But then we get news coming out of today, and I just talked about it. If you guys got to watch the live stream, and I'll pull it up here. Sorry, I thought I'd or put this on. So Joe Bruno of WSOC 9 said the city of Charlotte is eyeing 2046 for a new stadium to replace Bank of America. Negotiations are expected to start by April 1st, 2037. Charlotte City Council will vote on the renovations to the current stadium on Monday. And it sounds like this was the case with the Hornets. Again, I'm not a big Hornets fan. Spectrum Center, I don't know what's going on with all that. But that was what was laid out here. It's just baffling to me that we're going to go in 2029, have this renovated stadium that we'll keep for what, 6, 7, 8 years? Well, I guess technically 2046 would be when the new one's available. So I guess another 10 or 15 years, you do get pretty good use out of it. Just keeping the upkeep. Like, I'm always like, why not look at doing it now? So yes, at that point, Bank of America Stadium will be 50 years old. That's hard to imagine. Hard to imagine looking out to 2046. Bryce Young will be 44. I don't even want to know what I'll be. I don't want to look up my age because I'll probably be in my 50s. Oh, fun times, man. Fun times. But the thing when I think about all this is like, if you did it now, I think with the renovations that we're offering, we're not going to be hosting a Super Bowl. There's a very slim chance that we could get one, but not realistically. You're not going to be hosting a Final Four or some of those big time events, and so we're going to have another 20 years to wait for anything like that. But by the time we actually go to build this new stadium by 2046, what, $3 or $4 billion, $5 billion probably to build whatever this new stadium is going to be versus thinking about what we have today and probably pushing that timeline up and trying to get a newer stadium dome in place before that would make so much more sense in my opinion. And I know it's just my opinion, but I do think, hey, why not save a little bit of money? But anyways, folks, I'd love to know what you think. I also love to know when you're planning to go to camp so we can get connected and see each other. But until next time, this is Carolina Dad. Y'all have a good one.